Alright guys, welcome back to Gilded Gaming and NieR Replicant. Oh man, when we last left off, we were really close to the end of the first playthrough. So we are we have a couple of outstanding quests. Well, first of all, let's check on those plants. They should be dead by now, right? The seeds. How do you eat the seeds? I've done this wrong. Speedrunning relic stuff? I understand. We may have to work on the moonflower seeds next playthrough. I clearly have just made the flowers, and that's not what we need. I don't know. Quests wise, we could farm. Like basically, we have the quest. The shade near the river in the village, right? There's that quest. There's the quest to get the pink moonflower seeds, and then we have 3 quests that involve farming in Junkie. And then we just have the end of the game. Hey Claire, how's it going? There's a shade by the river, like.
The shades near the village are tough enough. I know there's no point trying to stop.
Maybe I gotta go like over there from the village side. We've done almost all of the side quests. It's a little sad to not just finish them. I wonder if she has extra side quests for us.
Which job should I give you
There are
first?
more.
Apparently the manor's butler has a unique
Okay.
I wrote down the client's... Oh. Which job should I give... The florist in Seafront has a job for you. I wrote down the...
So there's one in Seafront and one at the abandoned mansion too. We're really close to having all the quests done now. I don't see any shade by the water here. I don't know if it's worth it to try and finish these right now, honestly. Or if we should just do the ending. I don't think it's going to change anything. We already have 200 and something thousand gold. We need to get 1 million at some point for the achievement, but like we're going to play through the game like 4 more times. I think we'll be fine on that front. Let's see if I can get over there. The answer is no.
Hey, Vice.
Yes, lad?
Is there a way to swim using magic, or...?
No.
No.
Figures.
I'm not seeing anything by the river. I don't know. Going to the beginner blender tutorials. That's fun. You know what? Screw it. Let's go to the Shadowlands Castle. You can try and pick up any quests that we didn't finish on the next one.
Oh there.
Alright. Here we are. Get ready for some crazy ass story, man. I feel like in a lot of ways, the rest of the first playthrough is just set up, and like this is kind of where the story starts to kick in. You just think the Shadowbringers of Final Fantasy XIV when you say Shadow Lord? Well, we're doing that currently right now too, although I'm kind of in the same boat with that story, honestly. Like, I am still in the setup phase of Shadowbringers, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like taking out all of these Light Wardens is just setting things up. I don't think this is the actual story that everybody raves about. It's good. But I think there's some stuff ahead that I don't know about that's gonna put it over the top. You know what I mean? Hey, Emmy, how's it going? You still need to play it, yeah. Well, this is like it's not a prequel because it came first, but it is earlier in the timeline, right? I'm doing pretty good. Oh, jeez, I haven't been by recently. I gotta get by more. You changed your schedule for you're like almost at the same time as me now, didn't you? See if these guys will let me up my dang stairs here. Alright. Alright, guys. Whoa. Let's have a party! Yeah, I started at 8. So, oof. I usually start at 8. I didn't start at 8 tonight, obviously. Tonight we had my son's birthday party. He's turning 6. At a Minecraft birthday. He got a Master Sword and Minecraft Dungeons for his Switch and all kinds of other cool stuff. Yeah, I'd tell him, but he's asleep. So we're basically at the end of the game the first time through. So we're like nowhere near the actual end, but like, because you play the game like 5 times, sort of, because there's 5 endings that you're supposed to get all of them. Like they build on each other. So we're getting the first ending tonight. NieR Automata does the same thing if you're planning on playing that, where like you beat an ending and find out something, and then you like replay a big chunk of the game with that new knowledge. Then get a different ending and then repeat. So if you do play NieR Automata, just remember that you gotta beat it more than once to get the whole story. I made that mistake the first time I played this one back in the day when it came out on the PlayStation 3, I guess it was. I just beat the first ending and I stopped. I didn't know any better. So after we get through this first ending, I'm actually going to be blind on this one. swapped my stream to this account because someone on the bot account just saw it on. Oh. Cool. So what have you been playing this week, Emmy? If I can... Hey, is it working? Oh, yeah, you were playing Dead by Daylight last night. I saw that. I need to find myself a good multiplayer game to play sometimes. Last night I was sitting around being like, what should I play? And I remember seeing you playing Dead by Daylight and going, you know, I don't play Dead by Daylight, but I need like a multiplayer game every now and then to like I don't want to advance some big RPG story. I just want to play a game and maybe shoot someone with a sniper rifle. I don't know, you know? I need to find myself a good game like that. Ah! Oh. Dude, knocked me off the side. Did you see that? Ah! It's not cool. Don't do that. Did it feel Day by Day community is a lot? Maybe a party game with friends, the community is exhausting. Yeah. You know, my wife Desshire, she watches a lot of Dead by Daylight streamers. I don't remember all of their names, but like some of them are like kind of toxic, but like, it's like their thing, you know what I mean? Like, you know those streamers are like, they're just like toxic and that's their persona or something, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really get that. Yeah. You know what I need to get on my Discord is like what you got on your Discord, where it's like people who rated me, people I rated, people I'm watching. That's a really cool idea. I need to do some of that. That's pretty awesome. We need like some kind of like channel where people can just post who they're watching, because like sometimes I'm just looking for a good person to watch instead of playing, you know? Some shout outs. Resident Evil and Dead by Daylight have a crossover? Really? I mean, they've done like almost every other horror thing. They did Silent Hill. I saw that Code Carnage had like a fundraiser for his birthday and raised almost $1 million for St. Jude. Although I think like 600,000 of that was like one viewer who had won the lottery and decided to donate a bunch. But still, I mean, it's awesome. And like, since he raised so much money, they got like almost all of his goals. So like now he's going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV's main story too, which is kind of awesome. I'd like to see his reactions to some of the stuff that I've seen as I've been playing through it. Alright. What is going to happen when we get to the top of this? I've been like a viewer for Ko since like 2010 or something, when like before, it wasn't 2010, but when he started.
And yet I find it strange.
It's awesome to see him have gotten so big. All right, here we go. You cannot turn back from this point. Point of no return. Final end of the game. I mean, we got a long way to go, but still. You usually got the licensing for it. Brought a lot of people back and a lot of people in. Oh yeah.
And now
I always felt like Dead by Daylight was like it's kind of, there's a lot of games like that where it's like the game isn't like amazing, but then the community and the streamers made it amazing, sort of. Like so, some of those like games like DayZ and stuff kind of did that too, you know, or was not Escape from Tarkov, the other one, the like a lot of those like battle royale games. Easy to burn out on it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really good at doing the same thing over and over again. That's why I switch games all the time, like I'm manic or something, but I'm just not good at playing the same game over and over and over again. Even though I love them. Like, I love Zelda to death. And as much as I say I can play Zelda every day on the stream, can't. It's not true. Ooh. Oh, look at this. This is different. The game takes a turn here, to say the least. Welcome to the Shadow Lord's Castle, guys. Too bad How You Blind isn't here, because he's been watching the story. Hopefully he'll catch up, because he was watching it blind, and this is me some big stuff. Remember to look for boxes. Right. There's still some weapons in here. Usually avoid multiplayer games. It's hard to get into like multiplayer streaming because generally people want to watch you, A, if you're already established and they like your personality, or B, if you're just really, really good at it. And, you know, they want to see the people with the skill. I haven't got that. Look, Birdos. You see any boxes? There's a box there. Oh, look at that. Phoenix Sword. You're good looking out, Minus.
To whom does the true voice speak?
Bird is saying this.
To whom does the true form show itself?
This is the way pigeons really talk. I don't know if you've been from New York or something. This is just normal.
You must answer.
It can talk.
I ask.
I gotta say, if you were Emil and you were like a floating skeleton magic boy biological weapon, a talking bird probably shouldn't be that weird to you at this point. Like, I love Emil to death, but it's like, oh my god, the bird can talk. Like, look at yourself in the mirror, man.
Why did humans disappear from the world?
The hell is this?
I believe this is some manner of password.
Password?
Yes. The correct answer should grant us access.
Yeah,
to
we got a
the
book that talks, you know. Kane's hanging out back there in her lingerie.
I feel confident I've heard this somewhere before.
We got it.
To whom does the true voice speak? To whom does the true form show itself? I ask. Why did humans disappear from the world? You must answer.
Because their lives are short because of a black disease. I mean, it's the disease, right? I mean, that's the right answer, I would think. Like the black scrawl. I feel like lives are short's just wrong, so.
I answer because of a black disease. I ask, how can humans extend their lives?
See, I already know the answer to this because I know what the like twist at the end of ending A is. By separating body from soul.
I answer by separating body from soul. I ask, what is the destination of souls?
They are placed in their corresponding shells.
I answer, they are placed in their corresponding shells. Very well. You are acknowledged as master.
Oh.
You may enter.
Well then, it seems the way is open.
This is just like Alice in Wonderland, but instead of Tweedledee and Tweedledum, we got like Tweety Bird D. And... okay, let's move on. We can enter. So here's Devil and Popula. They're waiting for us.
It's the twins from your village.
Popla, Devil, what are you doing here?
Hey, any chance you'll just go back to the village? This is a very dangerous place. Even if you can find Yona here, you probably can't get her out.
Yeah.
How did you get here?
Shh. We're asking the questions right now.
Oh boy. We're here to rescue Yana.
We're here to rescue Yona.
No dice, huh? Well, I guess we don't have a choice then. No, I suppose not. How sad.
They've been helping you the whole game, or at least seemingly.
We didn't want to fight you. We really didn't want to.
Like, we've been turning to them for like knowledge and wisdom the whole game.
Devil, what's happening?
Sorry, but this fate was predetermined. Still, we spoke to truth. We really wanted to avoid this if possible. We were hoping to put it off for 100 years or so, until the next generation came along.
What are you talking about?
Are they shades?
I don't think so.
It's a lie. I don't believe it.
We never thought you'd grow to be this powerful.
This is madness. Why do you block our path?
You have no cause to speak so with us, Grimoire Weiss. You are a traitor.
Okay. Are Devil and Popula in the Final Fantasy XIV crossover minus? Or is it Automata stuff?
They copied my powers.
Oh god.
Oh, shit on a shingle. They can use the sealed verses.
Of course we can. The power came from us in the first place. You were simply loaned a small portion of it.
Vice! Are you alright?
Devil, Popla, why are you guys doing this? Why are you siding with the shades?
Oh, nice punch. Watch out for that hand. Okay. Their outfits are in it? That's nice.
Why?
The answer to every riddle lies within the heart of the Shadow Lord.
The Shadow Lord. So you've been on his side this whole time?
You must search for that answer yourself. You've got to face your own truth now. Please, enter the Shadow Lord's castle.
Alright. We got the map of the Shadow Lord's castle.
Devil and Popla are fighting us.
Yes, they do seem to be putting us through a great deal of...
Vice?
You okay, Vice?
How odd. For long years, my mind and tongue have been my greatest assets. but now the latter seems to be... Well,
Vice?
do not look at me like that. I am Grimoire Weiss. I am Pauvre.
Great. So Vice is Vice and Kaine both are from the Critical Role cast. It's, you know, always fun having them in a game together, because then it's like, you know,
I think I hear a
just
waltz.
imagine Jester being Kaine. Sounds like a malfunctioning radio. You got $150 to drop. You can get Devil and Popola figures with replaceable parts. Yeah. That's expensive. Ooh, hello.
It certainly is a grand affair.
Bunch of dancing bastards.
They're all shades.
I think we're locked in!
It's not like I was planning to leave.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
Wordsmith, nice. Oh, the guy in the back hit me, really? Damn. The roll, yeah. I gotta stop getting hit by that roll. Plus 30% XP. I wonder if I should start using the XP boot buff. I'm using the item find one right now to get more item drop. Like, my RPG instincts tell me I don't need extra XP as much as I need to be able to find all the dang items, but I don't know. These guys block themselves as soon as you start shooting them.
Damn it! It won't stop coming!
I'll open the next door. Cover me.
Oh, how I do love a good time.
You have to wait for the shield to drop.
Vice!
Oh, right. Protect the hussy, yes?
Protect the hussy.
Go.
Protect Kaine for us!
Come on.
Kaine! Hurry!
It's not open yet?
Do I look like a goddamn locksmith to you?
No, you idiot. What are you doing?
Lock doesn't want to open? Fine. I'll just break it down.
Stop.
She's just kicking the door.
Goddamn no good bullshit bastard! Open the fuck up already! Ugh! Got it.
Kaine!
She's so
look
eloquent.
out.
The hell? Orb. The hell is that? Okay.
These things freaking me
Okay,
out.
they one shot. We just had to hit them. Let's just shoot them.
Kaine, what's wrong?
We need to help Kaine.
Where's she at? That's an L.
We need to help Kaine.
Oh, she's over there. Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, but we got problems.
Flying guy? Well, are they gonna form up on him? They join together? What do we got? Oh, hello. It's Ganon! Suddenly a Zelda game. Let me guess, he charges.
You
Yeah.
don't need forgiveness, asshole.
Kaine?
Years of practice fighting Dark Beast Ganon. You got like a red spot on his top there. I kind of want to hit. Yeah.
Damn shit.
Oh dear.
Oh, armored one now. Now we've gone into like Dark Souls territory. Dirge for a hero. What that's for? Okay, we gotta get underneath the armor. We pretty much have to get into there with our swords now. It's fine, they do good work. Oh, he healed up.
Can you get this thing?
What the hell?
I can't stop now. Damn it.
Stay focused, Kaine. Don't fall victim to such distractions.
Come on! We have to keep going! Let's go!
Is something wrong here? She's about to kick in the door.
This way!
All right.
Move!
A similar enemy in Shadow of the Colossus, you have to trick off a cliff. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I beat Shadow of the Colossus, but it's been so long, I don't really remember. Oop, this is the other weapon. Dragoon Lance. Nice. That's all the weapons, or is there one more? You said there's 3 weapons in the next part? We have 90% now. Oh, he's still coming.
How can we deal with this thing?
I need to be going fast, right? The feeling.
Please, hurry!
Oh god. Woo! That was close. Oh, even stronger door. Lovely. He's gonna get in, we just know it.
Damn it, I can't get it open!
Oh, she just kicks it over and over again. Oh, there he is. Hey, Karen, how's it going, man? Going great, man. We just had my son's birthday party. Now we're fighting a giant armored boar. You know, good times.
seems we are in a bit of a predicament.
He's healing. What a dick. Can I trick you down the elevator shaft? That'd have been good. I don't think so, though. Here it comes. Ooh. Nice. Who's helping us? Those arrows? Oh, facade guys. I'm surprised this one gave me so much trouble. He gets right back up. Oh, wait, I kind of see it now. People of the mask owe you a great debt, and now it's time to repay it. You can stand to loosen up a bit, huh?
What are you doing here?
It's the castle of the Shadow Lord, is it not?
You are correct.
We'll hold this one off. Keep moving. Swore upon fear is grave. But to become a good, just ruler or king who would protect others from the shades. Oh, they got the door open. It's open! Now go and rescue the one you hold most dear.
Hey! Stop! Let me go! Stop it! Damn it! King, no!
We'll meet again, you and I, once all this is over. Until then. Alright.
No! Open the door! You can't fight that thing on your own!
You have to keep going, defeat the Shadow Lord, and get your sister back. You must once again know the joy of having the one you love by your side. Now then. Say, how many rules are there about what to shout before dying in battle? 88, buddy. Shh. Amazing, how do you remember all these things? Do not despair, my liege, we are here with you. I know. Let's try this again. By the honor of the mask. The honor of the king for the honor of the queen. Oh. I'm sure they're fine, guys.
Open the damn door!
Knock it off already. Let's go.
Kaine.
Don't have much left.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Don't let him die for nothing.
My friend.
Alright. We got like 2 more boss fights, I think. I don't know if we have any more weapons. We might have gotten all the weapons. Or there might be one more. Devil and Popola. Round 2.
Devila. Popola.
Oh, look. You made it. We've been waiting for so long.
Why are you doing this?
It began 1300 years ago. Humanity, finding itself on the brink of extinction, undertook a last-ditch rescue plan called Project Gestalt.
Gestalt?
Do you still not remember, Grimoire Weiss? Then let's give you a refresher.
Can I extend the fight to listen to the music? Oh, here we go. Project Gestalt. Oh, come on. We gotta like... Okay, got the opinion documents. Let's say we gotta read them.
Weiss! My mind. I remember. Devila. Popola.
Hey, how you playing?
You are not
You're
human.
not human.
In fact.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, sometimes the truth can be a real bitch. You want to finish that thought for him, sister? All of us, every person standing in this room, are mere shells created by the true
That's right.
humans.
All the humans in the game aren't humans.
What are you saying?
You still don't get it? You aren't human.
So then humans, I mean the true humans, are extinct?
No. They still live on.
You know them
You
as
know
Shades, who
Shades.
spent the whole game killing them.
Each shade is a twisted remnant of what was once a human being.
Crazy, huh? Now let's skip the part where you stand there with your mouths agape and just get down to business.
Wait.
Sorry, but we're gonna be needing that shell of yours. The rightful owner has been waiting for a very long time. Please don't be angry with us. We are only doing our duty. Our endless existences have a single purpose: to control the lives of others in accordance with the will of the true humans. You have your own motives, your own desires. And we have ours. I fear it really is just that simple.
Don't speak such foolishness.
Sorry.
Alright. Let the fight begin. Speaking of that music, can we look at those notes now? Here you go. Project Gestalt. Project Gestalt Report 0923. As noted in the previous report, implementation of the Gestalt mode can prevent the white chlorination syndrome we recently experienced. Transfer of bodily information to civilization-repressed replicants is proceeding as planned. With the genes of the originals safely stored inside, our role as surveillance androids to prepare for when the incurable bacterial disease eventually dies out is also underway. So far, this is proceeding without issue. Codename Popola. This document discusses potential strategies for the relapse cases we have observed in recent years. The term relapse, of course, refers to the catastrophic loss of sentience seen in certain gestalts. This syndrome has defied even our most pessimistic initial estimates and continues to trend upward with disturbing speed. With some relapsed gestalts beginning to attack replicants, there is an urgent need to take comprehensive action. We remain convinced that an unknown technological defect in the gestalt transformation process is responsible for the condition, but so far have been unable to confirm this theory. Research of this condition is now our top priority and looks likely to continue for some time. Codename Devila. Shorthand minutes of Case 23 Emergency Response Conference Committee Special Meeting. Issue. Observed upward trend in relapses noted and discussed. Issue. Acceleration of restoration schedule. Approved. Report. Debate over using codename NieR for human restoration schedule. Report. Preparations to launch Weiss decoding system for above. Report. Order collection of guidance and release code for gildedJ alongside Weiss launch. Codename Popola and Devila. We have determined that the rise of relapses was due to an unexpected spike in the sentience of replicants, as well as genetic instability within the original gestalt. It seems the original's effect on bodies have undergone the original's effect on bodies that have undergone the gestalt process was not anticipated in advance. Immediate action must be undertaken to identify the links between this trend and the original Gestalt, along with its sister, the relapse case known as Yona. The observer contact group is growing uneasy, so finding a solution to the relapse issue should be considered top priority. See reports for more details. We'll get more as we keep going, I'm sure. But, yeah. So all the humans have
We're
been...
the same.
Or basically the shades are what's left of them.
No,
The
I'm nothing like
quote-unquote humans are sort of what's left of their bodies, more or less. This is one of the best songs in NieR. You're not wrong about that, Minus. A lot of the NieR songs are in Automata.
Devila? Devila? Popola, are you crying? No, don't die. You know, Popola, I understand now why we're twins. It's because we were born without souls.
Devil and Popol are basically androids, just like
I can't stop the bleeding.
9S and
Oh
3D.
God, I can't stop it. This world is too lonely for one without a soul. There's too much emptiness. Our souls are missing. And yet somehow our tears still work. It's kind of weird. Sorry, sis. I love you. Devila! Devila! Don't you go! No, I can't be alone!
Popola. Let's stop this now.
Stop? Stop? Now you want to stop? You think you have the luxury to stop? You cut down my sister like a goddamn animal and now you want to stop? Popola, wait! It doesn't have to— No one stops! It's way too late to stop! No one stops!
Please, don't do this, Popola!
Good
You
lord.
and Devila were like parents to me!
Those two have watched the world wither for time immemorial. The cruelness of such a fate is difficult to imagine.
I don't want to do this! I don't want to fight her!
Stop bitching and start fighting. It's the only way.
No stopping. No stopping ever.
And we're like in the city now too.
The bridge!
Blast! We're trapped!
I've got an idea.
fear we're done for.
It'll be all right. You know, when I was young, I hated my eyes. And now that I'm older, I hate what my body has become. But there's something else there now. Something like pride, you know? I mean, without all this, I couldn't have become your friend. Goodbye, my friends. Thank you for everything.
Emil!
For so long, all I could do was destroy. But now, I have a chance to save something.
No!
Now get going, okay?
Emil.
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine.
Right? One of the big differences between the endings is like the later endings, you can save your friends. Yeah,
Emil!
I would assume. I haven't actually seen them.
Emil! You jackass, get back here! Emil!
Oh dear. Kaine's so unstable, and Vice can't stop arguing with people. I hope they can hold it together once I'm gone. Well, I guess they'll just have to learn. I want to see you again. I want to see all of you again. Just one more time. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
Freaking Emil, man. Holy shit. Well, that's it for Popola and Devila. And Emil. The Shadow Lord. $113. Holy crap, dude.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And there were two. I believe Shadow Lord and Grimoire Noir is the only bosses left. Anything new, do we? In our notes? No. Don't know if you can play tomorrow. That's understandable. I don't know if we're gonna have a multiplayer section or not tomorrow. We might. See, we were doing what, the forest, right? We're gonna do the second half of it. There's probably gonna be like a dungeon. I'll be doing a lot of NieR tomorrow too. I'll probably try and get through a large chunk of the second, like the Route B or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I get it, man. For sure. Wow, that guy still hit me? Really? Now that you know that shades are what's left of the human race, killing the little ones and having them drop like coloring books and school books is really disturbing. So you're basically killing what's left of like children. Shadow Lord.
This ends here.
Strike hard. Hold nothing back.
How could a mere tool hope to stand against the Shadow Lord?
Don't speak in such a manner, fool. I am nothing like you.
Be careful!
I know.
So the Shadow Lord is like NieR's other half, right? Like, you're the replicant and he's the gestalt or whatever. Like, he's the soul and you're the body of NieR. I think the issue here is that they separated the souls from the bodies, and then like the bodies kind of developed their own souls. So now they won't go back together.
Vice, you alright?
Naturally, I'm as fit as a fidget.
There we go.
Wait.
Does Yona have a shade version?
Brother?
Yona.
Oh yeah, she's calling Shadow Lord brother, not us.
Huh?
Please, just stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't need someone else's body. I don't want it.
Well, maybe they've already combined her.
There's another girl inside this
Yeah.
body. I can hear her. She won't stop crying. She says she wants to see her brother.
Yona's been possessed?
This girl loves her brother too, just as much as I do. It's not right, you know? It's not right that she can't see him. It's you, isn't it?
Yes, it's me. Let's go home.
I'm really sorry. I don't know what to. I'm so very sorry. No matter what. Just know that I love you.
The hell? Did like Shade Yona die?
The shade that possessed her is gone.
Kaine, watch over Yona for me. You want me to understand your sadness? Think I'm gonna sympathize with you? I swore to protect my sister and my friends. If someone puts them in danger, they must stand aside or be cut down. Now come on, let's finish this. Vice, what's wrong?
You're freaking me out here, Vice.
Oh no.
What are you doing? Come so. Just do it. Try to kill him.
What now?
One moment, please.
You okay?
Fine, just fine. All right, no, I'm not.
Vice,
It seems some headstrong idiot has decided to push me beyond my limits. I should have taken that job as a cookbook when I had the chance.
Vice, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Only joking. I hate cookbooks.
But
Let's go. Out of the way. I have one final task to fulfill.
where are you going?
Why, to stop him, of course. But after that, it's up to you. Only you can see this battle to its conclusion. I wish you luck, my friend.
You can't. I swore I'd always fight by your side.
You're an exceedingly stubborn lad. You know that, yes? Perhaps that's why I've so enjoyed our time together. But I fear this is where our journey ends.
Vice!
Oh, and remember what I told you about using my full name. Well, forget it. I've grown rather fond of Vice.
Vice. I knew you'd come around.
Don't let it go to your head now.
Alright, Vice has lost all his powers. No more Dark Verses. Got it. Oh shit.
I have something
Really?
to defend.
I'm so close. I almost got to him on the first try. Whoa! Okay, well we did hit him.
Shut up.
Alright, let's see how this is gonna be. Dodge, 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 boom! Ah. It must suck to, like, have your soul killed by your body. Are we the bad guy? I think we might be the bad guy, guys. A world in flux.
Is Iona all right?
No.
Oh God, no.
Oh, please, the girl is fine.
Vice? Where are you? Are you okay?
I am as well as can be, considering I have lost my physical form. Doubtless my voice will be the next to go, so listen closely. Your sister is safe. Do not mourn her, and do not give up hope. Instead, you must call her back to you.
How?
Use your memories. Recall the times you spent with her. Present her with proof that the two of you live still, and that your lives have meaning.
I don't know.
Typical. But take heart. I know you can do it.
What's my favorite food?
Cookies.
What's my favorite book? That's my magic storybook. What's my favorite place? Home with you. What's my favorite flower? The lunar tear, of course. Okay, one more question. Who do I love more than anyone? Is that you?
Yona.
Is this my body?
Yes, Yona. It's yours and yours alone.
You look bigger than before. Like you've grown up.
Well, yeah. I guess you haven't seen me for a while.
Have I been asleep this whole time?
Something like that.
It's almost like I'm a princess from some fairy tale.
Oh, Yona. I'm so happy to have you back.
Me too.
Kaine.
You and your sister, you have a good life, Kay?
Where are you gonna go?
Guess I'll...
You could stay with us, you know.
Thanks, but I'll pass. You know how it is. I got my own shit to take care of.
What do you mean?
Personal shit, alright? Anyway, take it easy, yeah?
Kaine.
Hey, look! It's beautiful. For the longest time, I heard someone telling me how they wanted to see the light. And now, they can finally see it.
Yay! Back to young NieR and Yona.
Thank you. I love it. It's so sunny today.
Yeah, it sure is.
Looks like we won Oh, look. Shade NieR and Yona. Like, in heaven or something. I don't know, like, they're up in the light. Like, we won, but we also kind of, like, doomed the human race, I guess? You know, it's gonna stop that whole... They're gonna be shades forever and get killed off, right? We put the credits in alphabetical order, it looks like. Oh, we're up to the bees. Shouldn't take too long. I don't know if there's a way to even skip it anyways. So, that's one playthrough down. We got, what, 4 more to go? Although the other ones are going to go a lot faster. Either hunt for a YouTube video that explains the NieR timeline. You don't want to wait until we get through NieR Replicant and NieR Automata, because the timeline's going to spoil a lot of crap. It's up to you, though. They got some good ones online. I forget how far into the future is Automata from Replicant. Replicant is what, 1300 years after the fall of humanity? But Automata's a lot farther, right? Yeah. Which is funny because you start playing Automata and they're like, for the preservation of the human race or whatever, and you're sitting there like, I played NieR, I do not believe. You know? Liam O'Brien, doing our advice. Matt Mercer, additional voices in English. So Matt Mercer was in there too, doing something, like some of the villagers or something. Yeah, this is my first time seeing Brother NieR, because when I played it back in the day, it was, Papa NieR, right? Dad NieR. Old man NieR. I think I like the Brother NieR better. Especially with the time skip. Like, the time skip's a much noticeable change in him. Whereas, like, the old guy just goes from being an old guy to a slightly older guy. You know what I mean? The 5-year time skip kind of means more to the younger one. Spike Spencer, question mark, question mark, question mark. He did something. We don't know what. Yoko Taro in all caps. Of course. Yui Ishikawa, question mark, question mark, question mark, MIT management. She's in charge of MITs. There's Zach Aguilar, player for the first half. Alright. A complete. Ending B. Load your clear out after completing the game to experience Kaine's story. You can now read a departed mother's diary in your house. Wardrobe has been added to the options menu. New outfits can be obtained by progressing through a departed mother's diary. Change music has been added to the game settings options menu. Nice. Oh, battery's low. Let me switch controllers. Change music option literally replaces all music with songs from Automata. Really? Interesting. I'm going to hear enough of that when I play Automata.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway...
We pick up right after we get the whole party back together, it looks like. We don't even have to bother getting a meal in them. Kaine's dreams, discrimination. So, playthrough B is getting more about Kaine, huh? Alright. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly toward the wooden, hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then The child blinked, rain slowly dripping down the young one's short hair, and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on! The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vane slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly toward the east. East? Really? Before the vane could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me! A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yoo-hoo, Kaine! The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seeming indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, and cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their home. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated, and if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt... Oh, look, the little freak's gonna cry. What's wrong? You sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. A failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upward. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Demo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention from Kaine, he called to his cohorts. Come on, guys, let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kaine curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, it's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell. The pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare to open a single blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerged, they began to uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was rapt on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? And I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ow, he screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it, what are you doing? Quit whining, ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch, a big one. That thing could have killed me. The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaine, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out, leave this village. No one wants you here, either of you. Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Ha! Look at the fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting out the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kaine, she said, why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandmother stung Kaine. She turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. Kaine's tears turned to sobs. She felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. The river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempts the crossing. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know because you survived it. And as the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Did I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not, don't be an ass. Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't. Hush, interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter and I love you, and if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one. Yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was out doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leaving Kaine to suspect that search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pains she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are! What a fool thing to say! Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. As long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading, and as she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Kaine's dreams, daily life. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, and as she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as it could be, pieces of every shape and size being flung about in a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma, called Kaine. That you, Kaine? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close, I might take out your goddamn foot by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction, and one spun past Kaine close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she'd scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, Grandma! You need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something. The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment and then smiled. Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss-poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can go get the water? Shades have been restless lately. I don't want you running into one of them bastards. Relinquishing her axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with the chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers, and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She'd never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it, crap! She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt with a really good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe and forced it from the wood and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough, and my logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Setting down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you... Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill. Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kaine didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Kaine away. Stop that. Just stop, she cried, breathing heavily. It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all. Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when grandmother watched over Kaine was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kaine gently pushed her down. It's all right, she said. I'll be fine. Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed like an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, god damn it. But I guess I shouldn't be quitting. I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across the dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother had gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance to the village. There, a few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other and raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence. Hey lady, said Kaine with a bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me? They seemed to say, but Kaine saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary, but the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my god, he sputtered. I mean, what are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Ha! Barked Demo. That old bitch finally keel over? Go to hell, Demo. The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head, but before he could let fly a comeback or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked him out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared their medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic, but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall behind the counter rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, and they seemed to stare through her and into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Kali, and I think that the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandmother's name is Kali, thought Kaine suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said as Kaine scooted her away yet again, and I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless, and with enough tiny steps she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, and even bleeding a little bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing about the room until exhaustion finally creeped up on her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. Back already, are you? Asked her grandmother with a yawn. Come here and let me have a look at you. Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. Well, how was it? Those bastards get you any trouble? It was kind of fun, said Kaine with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. Fun, eh? Asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. Uh-huh. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know. As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone. But Grandma, I'll make you live forever. Horse shit, said her grandma, throwing back the sheet from her bed. Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help me with dinner. But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house and posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyeing her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed at her granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time and then slowly wheezed out a laugh. Oh, Kaine, she said between laughter, you truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. but hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always. True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor at the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more, and she asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. Posh, said the old woman. I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud. She pondered this for a bit, and then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on so that someday you can feel the same happiness. It was a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories move in and out of life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Kaine's dreams, separation. I wish this part could have been not just text, Jim. We could have some cutscenes. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared into the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around with a wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned up her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up from her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist with disgust. Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug. The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. It's no bug, you fool girl, it's a berry. Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs? Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug, said Kaine, and I think it's burnt or something because it smells terrible. With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. Oh yeah, it's terrible, all right. Oh, you little brat, laughed the old woman. Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact. 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother had saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kaine lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burnt berry rolling through her belly. Where are you going today? Asked Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. Well, I was going to check out the kelma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought I could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to pick some flagstones. I need to take the wheelbarrow. Flagstones? What in the hell for? Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. Grandma, a dying cat could shoot through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we'll have some protection. The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. Goddamn girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway. I'm not worried about thieves, I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday. The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. Well, shoot, I didn't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other... Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kelma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that. A confused expression passed across the woman's face. For a moment, she was a small child lost at a carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. Yes, of course, you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately, it seems my mind is... She didn't finish the thought. Instead, walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer, the flower petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. You're going to be a true woman soon, Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls and more talk about how beautiful you become. Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the garland, but the look in her grandma's face stopped her hand. You're a beautiful thing, said the old woman. There ain't nothing another like you in the world. I'm very proud of you. Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day. Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from? Gee, I wonder. I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma. Suddenly she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears and pulled her around the room like with a crazed grin on her face. Grandma, yelled Kaine with a quaking voice. Grandma, stop it. What the hell? The old woman stared at her and blinked and then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she'd ever seen them. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just kind of thought the look of her grandma's face was the most heartbreaking thing she'd ever seen. Listen, she began, maybe I should stay home after all. No, I won't have you stay here and keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go and get your fruit and your wall and whatnot. I'll be fine. When you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Kane rolled her eyes and then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kane could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around. Don't turn around, she told herself. But in the end, the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. God, she looked so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and carry her away. Kane worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for a lack of focus, Kane pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling back down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with the finger, Kane suddenly found her stomach not in on itself. No, gods, no. Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma! Grandma! Kane ran faster as she ever moved in her life, and once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling in the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kane's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark. Not just fire. Can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt, her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingled with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet, achieved balance through means of a large armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in random, chaotic patterns, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kane, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds of spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated in a shimmering, blinky, inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement. The horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kane responded with a scream of her own. "All right, you bastard," she thought as she screamed, as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. "It's you or me, let's go." The shade eyed Kane with a bemused interest. Then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With a dread building in her heart, Kane glanced towards the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. "Grandma!" At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. "She's alive," thought Kane, "alive!" Kane's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard toward the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kane tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. "Get up! Get up! Get up, get up, get up, get up now!" As Kane struggled to her feet, the shade stomped towards the house and pinned her grandma to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move, the claw from her stomach, but she might as well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, and collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kane lurched to her feet, only to fall back to the earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them was surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. "Grandma! Hold on! Just a little longer!" Her grandma's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whites were exposed. Kane pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. "Bastard, laughing at us." She has no idea that how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. "Yeah, I see your plan." The shade moved its claw slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kane was close enough to touch her. I'm gonna kill this bastard. Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet, and there was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward, as she forced it from her mind and began to hobble towards the monster. Pulling a small knife from her pouch at her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. "Give her back!" she screamed. "Give her back to me!" It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air towards the young girl that lashed onto its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest, sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound, and finally her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching for her through the smoke. "Grandma? Kaine, you gotta run. You can't best this one." Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. "Grandma, come on. We have to go." The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped to the ground below. "Grandma, no, no! I said run, goddammit! You have to live. You have to get through." The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the shade-clawed foot descended and smashed through the remains of the roof down upon the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been hers not just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the tremble of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after the other, faster and faster, until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed, and then a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept toward its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppeteer. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles, her head lolled dangerously to the side, yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment. Laughing like a madwoman, she leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing into the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? I think it is. I think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke, and the flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Kill it, 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 kill it now! As the spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. So all those memories happen while she's being reawakened from the stone, huh?
The beast approaches.
Oh, I know.
Almost forgot what we were doing during all that. Yeah, they clearly would have loved to have made more cutscenes and stuff for all that, but, you know, they did what they could.
Creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today. My sword
blade with the skill of the user. Strike it down.
There we go. Yeah, we're still high level, so the fights are gonna be easy. On his dreams encounter. I wonder how many of these little interludes there are. Gently, weakly, softly. The shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off towards the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shamed beyond imagining, Kane tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and then only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of an arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Ha! Cried a sudden voice from the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are you? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Dino, she thought as the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. I want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kane and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kane opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop! No, don't hurt that picture! Kane reached out with her remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture onto the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kane turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled and then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced a jig. It's perfect now. She just looks just like you. Ha cha cha cha. I look like that? Oh God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kane laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kane wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish, like a prayer or something? Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me, save me. Kane finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes, they don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. I should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. God, you're the best. Kane glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet and then began moving up towards the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feel the hot, searing pain left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. Come on, said the voice, let it go. Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore me, Sunshine. You ain't ready to give up, ready to die, so why not let me have it? Have what? Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground and feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. And I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood just like before. In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. Are you a shade? Yeah, maybe. What of it? Slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small whispered moan. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now give me that body. Come on, give me the body and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. The black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of her missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be growing back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she'd regained her voice. Stop. Black ooze hesitated, as if considering this request, then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. Ah, what the hell, Sunshine, screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Kaine glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern, the pattern of the shades, burn itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are going to be good friends now. Kaine stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin infecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop. Gotta stop. Holding her left arm in her right, Kaine took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. Hate's my favorite dish and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood. Then go out there and... Shut up and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Well, that's rich, Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just shut up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the area would love to see you dead. Kaine grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kaine screamed and dropped the shard at the sound of bone crushing, and bone filled the air. Stupid little idiot girl. You're possessed now, Sunshine. There ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kaine. Yeah, possessed. You and me? We got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how us folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen, purred the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you? That big old shade that squashed your granny? We'll wrap them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Wait, Kaine said. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? Don't you think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a goddamn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kaine considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind. She enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it, you and me? We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part, so if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kane. I'll handle the killing. Screamed the voice. Look at you go, Soul Sunshine. We're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Tyron, and if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour, and I like rotten and sour. Kane found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade and I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyron. Count on it. Tyron? Maybe it's Tyron. Ha! Laughed Tyron. I have shit bigger than you. So good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body, but if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kane herself. Kane waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I'm not a shade. I'm Kane. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore the certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were bright as ever. Kane started to place it in her hair and then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma, I'm so sorry. But I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. And this time I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kane fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn, the people of the area rose to their daily lives. She remained in that position as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world.
Alive! Stay alive! Stay alive!
Grandma.
Kane, you gotta live! You gotta come back to us!
Oh, hey. Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kane.
Welcome back, Kane.
Well, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
Alright.
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Kine waking from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all. you kidding me? You can't be serious.
Please try to understand. People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and you know it.
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But...
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
So are the replicants like
What is the
androids, or like what are they actually?
Kaine always sleeps outside.
I guess they're just the
Thought
bodies, so
that
they're like
just now.
human-ish.
Never even occurred to me.
They have the DNA, right? So I mean, they must be organic.
Damn it.
We should turn in.
They said we unlocked
I
like
didn't
a
get much
mother's
sleep that
diary.
night.
Let's check that out. Is that at our house?
For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola. But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
What's this loading symbol? Is that new?
I should apologize to Kaine and Emil, but what good would that even do?
I got a fire going, Kaine.
Wait, is that...
Campfires are weird. I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look.
So Route B is Kaine's playthrough, basically.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better.
You know, Kaine never tells us that she's possessed by like a freaking like serial killer shade or something.
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade
I mean, we
obsession.
know that she's got like a shade thing going on, but like...
My body is... different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started
So this is
treating me like a freak.
I've heard that Kaine is like what, a hermaphrodite or whatever. That's why she was treated like a freak before she became part shade.
But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super
I count
easy.
Emil's and Automata.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, Can we just forget I told you about that?
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
I assume they're gonna send us after.
What might that be?
It's Mom's
here we
diary.
I've not heard you speak much about your mother.
She got the black scrawl and died when I was little.
My apologies for bringing it up.
It's all right. I can barely remember her face
Your
anymore.
mom,
This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here, take a look.
huh? So we definitely need to explore this. This is new. I don't know anything about this.
Say there. Can you not hear me? Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny? Sorry.
We're dad.
Felt like I was
NieR.
dreaming or something.
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent.
Old man NieR.
Come now. There's the door.
Right. Let's go.
I'm able to save until the battle is over. We haven't really gotten a chance to save yet this entire playthrough. This is the world of the recycled vessel, created to avoid the destruction of all. This was the DLC from NieR Gestalt. I didn't even know there was DLC. So yeah, this is the character I'm used to from the old game. I mean, it's basically the exact same. It's just a different model, and he's, you know, older. He's the dad, Yona's dad, instead of Yona's brother. So theoretically, this is the mom's husband, I guess, right? It's so just now to turn that on. Huh? It's an interesting version of the song. It's like the techno remix or something. I don't know. I like it. Oh, hello. Got a health bar now. And what? What's generating the health bar? Something down at the bottom? Yeah, big boy. Alright, big boy, let's go. Alright, he's one of the ones that makes stuff come out from under you. It drops in here. Medicinal herbs. Black scrawl, a lost destiny, a white book, a false truth. Was this part in the original game? This a move that lets you swing around behind people is like so good. For all these guys that block, it just like beats them. Good lord. So we're like in front of Emil's house, sort of. More medicinal herbs. So this was DLC for the original. Soldiers assault call forth your legion. Trixie. All this bullet hell is making me actually have to use my medicinal herbs. Ooh, one-handed sword, Fool's Embrace. Nice. The dragon's corpse was brought death to the world, delivering under it the power of magic. Talking about how this all started. Fool's Embrace. It's like a hook. Interesting. It's very heavy, really. It's interesting, these are just like, wave upon wave of enemy, basically. Where it gives us some healing items in between. Oh, hello. Didn't quite see him right away. Yeah. I know exactly what enemy this is. I don't know why I didn't see that coming. Okay. I wonder how long this is. The black sickness stains the future. They journey to return to the soulless vessels. Side scroller now. Is this the place by Facade? Maybe? Kind of looks like it. Oop, I missed the box. Really similar. Dang it, I didn't get the second jump. I like slid off the rock, I think. Oh, okay, that's actually... You didn't jump quite as fast as I wanted. Alright. There we go. Alright. Okay. Kabuki outfit. Nice. Here's 1,000 XP. Oh, back in the white space. 2 doors. You making a choice here? Choice. Right door can be opened. Left door can be opened. This door's already been completed. Oh. Interesting. Is there a save point here? Because it's like, if you go farther, you won't be able to save. I guess I could leave, maybe. Let's just keep going. We're doing fine. Wonder how many doors there are. First one wasn't that bad. The apocalypse divided the world into 2. One that knows not day and one which has never seen the night. Oh, okay. No magic. Got it. Oh, now we can't jump. That mean we can use magic now? Now we can't evade. Yeah, okay, so it's just changing the rule. Okay, so there's only one rule at a time, but it's changing. Interesting. 5 minutes to learn. I expected that to be a lot harder than it was. Black and white, 13 packs. The vessels form water as they cross time and space. And now we're in the junk heap. Is he a soccer fan? I have finished ending A. I'm at the beginning of Route B, and I'm doing what I guess is like DLC content at the moment, which I believe is giving me the weapons that I'm still missing, which to get to the 3rd and 4th endings, I think I have to have all the weapons, so we're kind of working on that. Basically a wave after wave of fight right now. Try the other door. Yep. I have to start using that shield ability. They keep shooting so many freaking bullets at me. Boss fight?
It seems we have been shut in.
Oh my god, like, seriously. You basically have to use an ability like this, so you're just gonna get hit by this crap. It's gonna wear out though when I least expect it. Yeah, there it is. Oh. Sorry, some of them you can't hit. Let's go. Is that it? You plan on doing the Tales series like Berseria and Xillia? I've already beaten Berseria, but we may do some Tales at some point. I'm almost certainly going to play the new Tales, Tales of Arise, when it comes out. It looks kind of awesome. So that'll be a definite yes. But as far as old Tales games, no plans to this year, but I certainly will probably do it at some point, because I like those games. And the only one I've actually beaten is Berseria. I've played a little bit of Symphonia, I've played a little bit of Abyss, I've played a little bit of Vesperia, I've played a little bit of Xillia, a little bit of, well, actually about halfway through, what was the other one that's part of the Berseria universe? Zestiria? But I've only actually finished Berseria, so there's a lot of those games that I could definitely do. But I'll most likely, the first Tales game I'll do on the channel will probably be Arise when it comes out, would be my guess. As far as like nearby plans, I'm planning on doing the rest of NieR Replicant. I'm planning on, oh shit. I'm planning on doing NieR Automata in the near future. Disgaea 6 comes out on Tuesday. I'm planning on playing Disgaea 6. What else? Skyward Sword HD comes out in July. I'm planning on playing that. I played Berseria before I started streaming again. So yeah, it's not on YouTube or anything. So yeah, we're definitely doing NieR Automata, Skyward Sword HD, The Sky Falls with Dragons, The World Ends This Day. Oh, there we go. I'm planning on doing the Metal Gear series probably before the end of the year. just because I just have an itch to play it, you know? I was thinking of doing it in like chronological order, so that would be playing Metal Gear 3, Metal Gear Peace Walker, Metal Gear 5, the original Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, and then Metal Gear Solid 1, Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 4, right? We do them in like story order. Start out playing Big Boss and end up playing Solid Snake, right? You can press B on a downed enemy to do an execution attack. You know what? I did learn that at some point, although it's not B because I'm on a PlayStation, but do it circle, I guess. Doesn't work with the whirlwind tactic, really. Oh, look at this guy. I don't know if I've fought this guy before. Ooh, he's tanky. Knock some of that tanky off, huh? Get out of the corner. Ooh, hello. Now there's more than one. Oh, spin. Alright, spin it back. Oh, focus on one. Shit. There it is. Yeah, it's circle. Very helpful. Especially for guys that are this tanky. You haven't played the Metal Gear Solid, but I streamed it with your girlfriend? I highly recommend it. It's awesome. Hideo Kojima is a genius, and his stories are insane. You're in for a wild ride if you play that whole series. I actually know the entire story already. I just enjoy the series. I've played almost every Metal Gear game. I'm trying to think. I haven't played Peace Walker. Is that the only one I haven't played? I haven't finished 5. I've seen the end of 5, but I haven't actually finished it personally. But I've beaten 1 and 2 and Solid 1 and Solid 2, Solid 3, Solid 4, and played most of 5. So I've pretty much already done it before, but I don't know, I have like a hankering, you know? Combat heavy with a heavy sword to knock him over. Yeah, that makes sense. Puppet Priest collects the cursed... Oh, I missed part of that. Ooh, we're in Facade. You know what? Actually, Rising. I haven't played, I have no desire to play Rising, and I haven't played through Revengeance. Revengeance I probably should do. I don't know if I count Rising, because Metal Gear Rising isn't a Hideo Kojima game, so it's like, that's not really Metal Gear. That's what I kind of feel. We're supposed to be shooting from here, I guess? Oh, maybe we are. Kill the humans! This game should be called Destroy All Humans, right? That's a good game. We're suddenly an on-rail shooter. We changed genres again. Speaking of Kojima, he's working on another game, but I don't know if there's even any hints as to what it is yet. Some people briefly got excited recently and thought maybe he was working on Silent Hill somehow, and I'm like, I think him and Konami have pretty much thoroughly burnt the bridges between their two selves. So I don't know that he's ever going to work with Konami again. I don't think we're going to see a Silent Hill out of him. He could make a Silent Hill-esque game, I guess. But you know, the rumors are pretty much thoroughly disproven at this point. I don't know what he's working on. He's working on something though, and I doubt it's part 2 of UPS Simulator or whatever. Death Stranding. You think Rising got a good part of the concept right? Yeah? Yeah, I'll be honest, I did not give Rising a fair shake. I pretty much went, well, that's not Kojima, so it's not really Metal Gear, so I'm just gonna ignore it for now. You know, it's like, I don't know. Now, okay, I want to talk for a minute about Disgaea. So Disgaea comes out Tuesday. Disgaea 6. They've raised the level cap to 99,999,999. But I think you still get there about the same speed, just level faster. You know what I mean? Compared to like other Disgaea games. But I heard it has some interesting like new features. Oh, you know what? I'm talking about a different thing. Yeah, so Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is absolutely Kojima, and that's one I haven't played that I need to. I'm thinking of, what was it, Metal Gear Survive or whatever it is they came out with after they kicked Kojima off the project. That's what I'm thinking of, and that game's trash. I'm sorry, I was getting mixed up. That's my fault. But I kind of have a problem with Disgaea 6. So I'm gonna play it and I'm probably gonna love it, you know, because it's Disgaea and I love Disgaea. But and that's some interesting new things, like I hear that you can, like, once you beat a level, tell it to like automatically grind the level without you having to do it. Which seems interesting to me. Let's see how that works out. But I just look forward to a new Disgaea game. But the part I'm not looking forward to is, okay, so this came out in Japan like at the beginning of the year, right? And they got it on the Switch and on the PS4. We're only getting it on the Switch, at least for now. I don't know if that's a temporary thing. I mean, they pretty much always eventually come out for PC. But for now, we're just getting it on the Switch, right? And samurai outfit. I'm trying to pay attention and talk, and sometimes I have trouble. That was a weird on-rail shooter part that, like, the enemies didn't really fight back. And we have a third door now. All right, before we go in the third door, I want to talk about this for a second. So, like, the new Disgaea on the Nintendo Switch has, like, graphical issues, and it kind of blows my mind. Because, like, it's freaking Disgaea. You don't expect that to be, like, intensive. It's like the first Disgaea, I think, where they have, like made it an actual 3D game instead of a 2D game. But, like, that's not really what's important as far as I'm concerned, and I think most Disgaea fans would probably agree. You know? Like, graphics aren't what you play Disgaea for, you know? But let me show you what I'm talking about here. So these came from a review that came out. So this right here is Disgaea 6 on the Switch. It's blown up a bit, obviously. This is running in graphic mode, right? So this is the mode where you care about the graphics. That's what's most important to me. Oops, wrong button. So this is in graphic mode, right? And I've heard that in some, like when you're doing some of your bigger spells, it has some frame rate issues in graphic mode, right? But it looks okay. And there's 3 modes. There's like graphic, there's performance, and there's a middle ground, which like balanced mode. I don't know what balanced works out like. But anyways, this is graphic mode. It doesn't look amazing, but I mean, on a Switch, it'll be a little smaller. It's fine. But here's performance mode. In performance mode, there's no frame rate issues, but look at the graphics. This is a game that comes out Tuesday. It's a modern, you know, big name IP game. I know the Switch is a little bit weaker than like the Xbox and PlayStation, but the Switch also plays like Breath of the Wild and Astral Chain and shit. Like, what the hell is with these graphics? Like, good lord. Like, it's blurry as hell. I don't know how well that translates across, like, to you guys, but like, I saw that and I was like, what the fuck? You know, like I've got a link that there was a Kotaku article where they were talking about it, and I just want to, you can see the original pictures if I can find the link. But like, I'm still getting it because I love Disgaea, right? But that was a little upsetting. I hope they patch that shit. It's horrible optimization. It's like they made the game for PC or PS4 and then did a shit job transferring it over to the Switch. And like, I've heard a lot of people trying to like give them the benefit of the doubt and be like, well, this is their first time doing 3D, and I'm like, okay, but like, it's not exactly a graphically intense game, guys. Like, it's not. Alright. Since it's terribly sinister beyond this door, it may be difficult to endure what awaits, unless your soul level is at least 33. Okay, we're not. We're 31. We need to save before we do that. Let's go back out this door, and hopefully we can just like leave, save the game, come back to the diary, and still be at the 3rd door. Okay, it does save when we go in and out the door, it looks like. Developing for Xbox is the same as PC. Yeah, I mean, Xbox is basically a Windows machine. Almost.
My word.
It saves at each door? Okay.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
You can try it again, I guess. If it's saving, we're fine.
The diary again?
Yeah. Lately, I haven't been able to stop thinking about it.
The world of the recycled vessel.
After we finish the diary, we basically just need to get the Shadow Lord key together again, right? And then, I think... Alright, let's see what happens. Let's see what this one's like. Anyways, come Tuesday, we'll have Disgaea 6, so we're going to be playing that. So long as this memory exists, so long as mankind has hope, a bloody battle will be waged to the holy domain. Whoa, what's this location? We're like in Seafront, but we're like across the water in Seafront. Oh, is NieR good? Yeah, NieR's good. I mean, it hasn't really changed from the original NieR, except for a couple small things. The combat's a little smoother. There's some new, like, more modern things in the combat system, and the graphics are a little shinier, but for the most part, it's still the same old NieR game, you know? If you ever had it on the PS3. If not, then you like, if you like Automata, it's like an older Automata, you know? Like, it's not, I wouldn't say it's as good as NieR Automata, but it's you know, it's in the same world. It's a very similar game. I wouldn't go in expecting it to be Automata, but it's still a good game. Why would you recommend starting with Automata? Just because you don't want them to be turned off by the original? I mean, Automata is better. There's no doubt. But then this is the first game too, so. It's like, do you want to play it in chronological or release order, or do you want to play it in like, hey, this game's better, so let's play the better game first? You know? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, NieR's definitely Automata's a better game. I don't think that's really up for debate, honestly. I think if you play NieR Replicant, you'll have more fun if you ignore most of the side quests, which is sad for me to say as an RPG gamer, but I think it's true. Oh, I dodged, but he still caught me with the backhand. Magic almost doesn't even hurt him. That level difference is starting to rear its ugly head here. This is why I was like, you should be level 33. I'm only level 31. That and I'm using a weaker sword than I could be. I haven't upgraded my strong swords. That's my fault. We're knocking the armor off this guy though, and we're starting to chunk him down. Oh, watch yourself. We've almost unarmored all of his legs. There we go. We don't get items in here, huh? If you like Automata and you like Drakengard, you'll like NieR Replicant. And you know, if you're interested, foolish human, foolish human, foolish human, foolish vessel. If you're interested in the backstory of the world of NieR, I mean, NieR Replicant is the beginning of the story of NieR. You know, you get an idea of how the world ended up the way it was in Automata, to a certain extent. Although there's a big time difference between them, but yeah. NieR tells the story of how you got from like modern day Japan to 1300 years in the future, and this is what we got, you know. And then Automata is like, I don't know, like 10,000 years later. They're dropping medicinal herbs. I should be using those. You get like a 200 hit combo? I think 100 hit combo was one of the achievements, but we got that a long time ago. NieR is the result of Drakengard's joke ending, yeah. Like the original Drakengard. So it's not in the same world as Drakengard. Like in one of the joke endings of the original Drakengard, the dragon like fell through a portal into the real world, and that's what results in the NieR universe. Are we actually getting these wars, I wonder? Ooh, titanium. Nice. Is this the place you said was better to farm titanium in? Right here? It is? Okay. As soon as I saw the titanium, that's what I thought of. We got 1 titanium from this. But I guess you can do it over and over again. But you can get titanium faster in Junk Heap, I think. But maybe there's more up ahead here.
It seems we have been shut in.
There's all sorts of stuff here. Yeah, I saw the clumps and the copper and stuff. You do need a lot of copper to upgrade all your weapons. I've been looking into all the stuff I gotta get to upgrade all the weapons because that's one of the achievements. I'm gonna try and get it over the course of all the playthroughs. We might be able to platinum this game, honestly. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know all the trophies yet. I know there's trophies for like killing the bosses quickly. I don't think that'll be an issue. I know there's a trophy for getting all the weapons. You got to do that anyways to get all the endings. There's a trophy for upgrading all the weapons, which is probably the most grind intensive one. Yeah, I'm not looking them up because I'm worried about spoilers. I just know those ones. I think I've literally told you all the ones I know now. I looked at the trophies in the trophy log, but most of them are still hidden. Most of the ones I don't have are hidden, so I don't know what they are. Oh, here's all the drops right here. Look at this. Nice.
Seems we have been shut.
It's cool you get to play old NieR too. This is the NieR that you played in the original PS3 version that we got in America, at least. You don't need to be level 33 for this so far. These guys are dropping so many medicinal herbs, holy crap. Knock him off his feet. There we go. That's definitely the way to kill those guys. Holy crap. Yeah, I think 33 is a bit of an overstatement. Oh, weapons collector! We have all the weapons! Nice! Don't bring back the light. Don't bring back the vessel. Don't bring back the future. Do not bring it back. You still got me there. Oh, hello. The big guy. You're done. Alright. Alright, what do we got left? Every beam of light is an invitation to death. Considering we got the last weapon, this might be the last of these little DLC doors, maybe. I started to do it and then it got interrupted and then I couldn't do it. I'm busy, don't hit me. I said I'm busy. I don't want some guy shooting at me while I'm doing this. Oh shit! No, that's not fair! Thankfully that doesn't kill you. You know what? Let's do this. You guys are gonna be dicks, I'm gonna be dick too. I'll try to be fair. Do the slow way, we'll do the fast way, that's fine. I can be even worse, you're gonna make it harder on me, I'm gonna put the shield up. I'll do it. I mean it. The large swords to knock them down easier, you mean? Yeah, I knock them down if I get a hit on the end of the combo with this sword. Like this right here, boom, boom, boom. That'll knock them down. Is that over there? That seems a little far. This is doable. Did I kill him? A little guy with like one little sliver of health left. Bouncing my own shots back at me. I made it. Cool. I think I jump? That seems far. Down here instead. Hello. Ooh, you got some big boy health. It's nice that these guys like block, even if you're past their swords. If you're in the front, they tend to block you. Even if I'm like in there, they have a lot of armor. Shit. I'm glad that doesn't kill me. It does hurt like a bitch though. Oh. Okay, I could not dodge through that. I got like stopped. Ooh, that's a new move. Yeah, I haven't seen that before. These guys definitely take more damage from my sword, but like it's a tight little bridge here to get behind them constantly. That's better. Oh yeah, you missed the bridge. They didn't do any shockwave that time. If I can get the full combo and that last hit hits so much harder. Right there. Oh, he blocked it. Yeah, if he hits too far off the bridge, it doesn't actually do the shockwave. That's funny. There we go. Oh. Okay. You guys see that last hit of the combo hits like a truck. And try and finish the combo out. This guy's not as good at blocking me because he doesn't have the armor. Another health bar. I just the armor dude. Gotta break the armor off his legs. He just dodge those swipes, yeah. He's high level, so he's gonna do some damage when he hits me with those. Break off that armor. You can't dodge through it, it like hits you anyways. One of those, we're gonna do more damage the more we hit him because we're knocking the armor off his legs, his arms and shit. Oh, the second sweep. Starting to hurt him. Almost 100 hits. Oh, now what? Ooh, whoa, this is new. I don't know this guy. Tried playing some Final Fantasy 14 last night on stream to go to the free trial. Not sure if I'll play more or not. I recommend it, but you know what, man? You gotta play what feels right for you. Streaming it's like a whole other monster too. Holy God, this guy hits like a truck. What? Seriously? Aww. like it looked like we were about to get killed, and the game crashed. You know what I mean? We took a big hit from his swipe right here. He backhands us, or he front hands us actually, and then this ball hits us, and we're already low on health. I think that was about to kill us, and the game crashed. I thought I died. I was trying to dodge, like right there. I was like spamming R2, trying to like dodge through that, but I think I got hit, and then the game just like, you know. Well, that's one way to end for the night. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back on tomorrow with some more NieR Replicant.